you've seen around 24 and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Let's make it loud for Mary Lynn Rajskub.
Hi, you guys. What's up, Chicago adjacent? Hey, Rosemont. No, I always end up in the Chicago area for pivotal moments in my life. Like, I was here to release my book a year or so ago when quarantine broke. Thank you so much. I was here to get pregnant. That happened in Chicago. And now here I am to have this culmination of just doing this taping because you guys are rad and we appreciate you here. And by we, I mean me. I talk about myself in the third person now. Everybody have a good Halloween? Where are my hoes at? Who dressed up like a... I like your spirit, dude. I like that a lot. You don't want to know what I just pictured you in. It was a French maid, and then I revised it. I was like, that's not hoey enough for this guy. I just pictured a bunched up, tidy blackie with spikes on it. Okay. Did you ever have the world tell you something that you didn't want to hear? Or a friend? You clapped at that right away. I'm sorry. That sucks. They tell you something that maybe you didn't. This lady tweeted me and she said, "Do you miss acting?" I was like, bitch, I didn't stop. Like, I'm still acting. I don't know what you watch. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you watch on your TV, you know? I've been on the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt lately. I've been on a show called The Accused. I'm still out there acting. Like, do I have to come to your house and do a production of King Lear in your living room? Like, stop, it's hard enough. Do you miss acting? It's because she misses seeing me and what she watches, I guess. Yes, I am. Being an actor means that I get paid to pretend to do things that I can't do in real life. It's a cool job. I'm very thankful for it. It's kind of a fantasy job. I get paid to pretend to do things that I can't really do. Like, I was in a movie called Legally Blonde 2, where, thank you so much, I played the best friend to Reese Witherspoon. I cannot do that in real life. We are not friends, okay? Yeah. She will not return my calls. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even after I joined her stupid fucking book club. Do you think I wanted to read where the crawdads are staying? You think I wanted to read where the lightning bugs are spending their summer? No. And that I really did. Yeah, I'm paid to pretend to do things. I'm an actor. I've been an actor for a long time, paid to pretend to do things that I can't really do. I was in a show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I didn't know you recognized me. I don't know if I should be offended. I do play Gail the Snail. Look at how elegant I am. Look how gorgeous this woman. For those of you that don't know, which is this whole part of the room right here, you guys had enough enthusiasm to cover up for them, but I noticed. I play a disgusting character. Okay, the show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Who hasn't heard of it? Of that show? Okay, good. I was gonna say get a clue. I play a character called Gail the Snail. Oh, first of all, the main characters of that show are disgusting. And they said, we need you to come in and play our cousin. She's even more disgusting than we are. We have to throw salt on her to make her go away. My character gives Danny DeVito a hand job under a table. Thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot do that in real life. I tried. I was like, Mr. DeVito, let me get you real quick. It'll help you relax. Come on, for everything that you've done for us, real quick, I got you. Give me some of that taxi money. Like all the old people laughed. They're like, taxi! That was his sitcom he did, Youngins, before. Was that a male snort? Are you... Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's sad to be rejected by Danny DeVito, but it ain't great. That way. Why would I ask for his taxi money, though? You know, that was a weird thing to come out of my mouth. I mean, didn't I make so much money working on the show 24? Oh, you guys know that reference? Yeah. Thank you. I was flying coach recently, and this guy looks at me and he goes, Chloe? Again, for this part of the room that seems to not know one of my 102 TV and movie credits, they're just sitting there like, where are we? Is this the outlet mall or what's happening? I played an iconic character called Chloe O'Brien on the show 24, which was on the air for about 10 years, changed the face of television, was one of the first binge-watch TV shows. What do I have to do to get claps from this section? What do I have to be? Anyway, my character's name is Chloe. She could save the world from a terrorist attack using only her computer. Thank you. I mean, it's been off the air for a long time. I don't blame you for not clapping for it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I get it. But then the people who love it still love it. It has an enduring... That's interesting. You guys are Always Sunny fans and 24 fans. That's a special person. That's a special person. She's the 24?
Who's on it?
Oh, we need a special shout out. Look at your friend calling you out. What did you play on 24?
My character was Elizabeth Nash. She was in the first season. I kill people with letter openers.
Did you hear this? Give it up for her character, Elizabeth Nash, the first season of 24. Congratulations. I didn't start until season 3. What's up? Are you doing open mics as well, or you got a type 5?
No,
What's going on?
Being up there, you're much better at it than I would ever.
Oh, go on. Are you still killing people with letter openers, or did you carry that over? You just pretended for money?
I pretended for money and sometimes just like as a hobby.
It felt good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good to stab somebody with a letter opener. Good for you. That's awesome. Are you in an improv group now, or what's happening? Do we need to throw you a suggestion? That's very sweet, though. Thank you. I have a good friend to call you out and give you your cred like that. It's not easy. It's not easy out there. Are you on strike? Are you really? Are you marching? I'm on strike, too. Yeah, I'm on strike, of course. My vagina is not on strike. My vagina is she's crossing that picket line. She do not give a fuck. I'm like, bitch, slow down. She's like, no, try to AI this. Get your little cameras in there. See if you can get all the folds, because she's ever changing. Recreate this, you'll never recreate that. She's a bad bitch, yeah. My vagina is a scab. That didn't. I heard it in my head, and I was like, don't say it, it's out of my mouth. Okay. Fight the power. That's terrific. So yeah, my point, what is my point? Oh, I was flying coach, and this guy says, Chloe, which is my character name from that show, and he said, I was flying coach, he goes, Chloe, why are you flying coach? Aren't you set for life? Rude, right? Why would you say that? I can tell by your reaction, though. You're like, well, aren't you? And if I put myself in his shoes, at first I thought it was rude. I put myself in his shoes, and I thought, I get it. He sees his queen standing before him. He can't understand. Why am I walking on the same ground? Coach? For my queen? Certainly not. She must be set for life. And then it came out of his mouth the same way that I would say my pussy is a scab. Different things come out from within us, and yeah, he said, why are you flying coach? Aren't you set for life? And, you know, I thought that was interesting, because we all, did I make a lot of money working on 24? Yeah, I did, okay? And also, I spent that money. I spent it, all right? It costs money to live, it turns out. And it wasn't that much money. It was a lot for me because I'm a woman and I'm from Trenton, Michigan. What's up? Hey. Being from Trenton, Michigan is like a couple steps worse than living in Rosemont. Hey. We don't have any outlet malls, all right? I didn't know. I was just a nice girl from the Midwest, like, hire me, I want to do a good job. I want people to like me. You know what Hollywood sees? A mark. They're like, we can lowball this bitch forever. Just interesting, you know, interesting. They gave me a piece of paper. I was like, $3,000 at one time? Let's go! And they gave me another piece of paper that said, can we have your likeness in perpetuity? Yeah, and I said, hell yeah, you can! What do I need that for? Sign that away. Can you believe? That's back when we had privacy. Do you remember when Facebook first came out? It used to be like, don't show that you've been at parties, because your boss might see it. Now it's like, we're gonna need you to show that you go to parties, and also if you could start a live sex cam. It's just, we're asking that of all of our branch managers here at Wells Fargo. It's the only way we can get the numbers. We can't get people to come in the branch unless they picture you naked, counting their money, naked from the waist down. That's the only way we can make it happen. So, yeah, sign my likeness away. But my face is on a pinball machine. Is that cool? Is it? She's like, I don't know. That is the correct answer. Let me explain. It sounds cool. It is cool, but let me just walk you through. Let's say you walk into a random bowling alley, all right? It's not a nice bowling alley. This the smell of shoes that people have been wearing for a millennium, of old nacho cheese caked onto the seats. You wander through to the arcade and you see a 24-themed pinball machine that you didn't even know existed with your picture on the side of it. Is that cool?
Hell yeah.
You're sick. My hair's blowing in the wind, my mouth is open. Why is my mouth open? I didn't choose that picture. Oh, you get extra points if the ball goes in my mouth. Cool. Do I receive a cut of that 50, 75 cents every time some prepubescent boy puts it in that old-timey machine and puts his greasy hips up against his pimply face like, No, I do not receive any of that money, but just knowing that that might be happening, that's all the payment I need. I'm in it for the art. You understand that, right? I did go to art school. I really did. I tried to go to Chicago Art Institute, could not afford it. I went to art school in Detroit. I started in painting, and then I ended up studying performance art. Anybody know what that is? My one art school buddy in the back. I do. Performance art, I think it started in the early 70s, and it was like, you're making an art object, but there's no object. You're painting and drawing, but you don't use, pencils. You're using abstract ideas. There's no beginning, there's no end. Okay, I'll give you an example. My school was on the second floor, and this one guy's performance art piece was to jump from the second floor window to a tree that was about 150 feet away, and that was his art piece. Another lady had lined up butter pats on the ground like dominoes, and then she invited us to the spot, and she was overweight, and her piece was crawling on the ground eating each butter pat. That was her piece. Another guy was slowly put makeup on into a mirror while we watched with a single light bulb hanging overhead, slowly put colored in his lips, put on his, taped his genitals to the side, and stared at us. Like, what are you looking at? And that was his art piece. It took me a little while to realize, but now I see that art school is just a word for mental illness. Which is pretty brilliant if you think about it. You just do something crazy and then call it high art. You're mentally ill. It's art. I think we're all mentally ill in our own ways. I don't have it that bad where I want to. I'll do this in front of a crowd, but my mental illness was more social anxiety. I had extreme social anxiety, couldn't talk. So I'm very thankful I get to act for a living and speak into a microphone. It's very exciting for me. That's been part of the whole thing, is breaking through that. Oh, Rosemont. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I went to therapy for social anxiety. Could not speak in the therapist's office. That's how scared I was. Here's a hot tip. If you go to therapy, be prepared to talk about yourself. That's the point of therapy. I just kept asking her questions about herself. How was your day? What'd you do after breakfast? She let me do that for a year. I spent $5,700 that year to help her plan her son's bar mitzvah. That's a good joke. You guys are so sympathetic that you just went, "Oh." I paid her to help her. It's true. You felt that one? Did you pay for someone's therapy? I still don't know what you said, so I just drank. You said it works that way? Therapy? Now you gotta tell me. What was your comment? I'm just curious. Did you go to therapy? What's happening? It's hard, right? You have social anxiety. Oh, you're acting like you had social anxiety? You know therapists. Okay, all that for him to say that. You know what?
He takes the drink.
What's your secret?
They're ready to speak for you. And that's the guy who's wearing the Speedo with the spikes on it. I said, "Where are my Halloween whores out there?" And he went, "Eh!" This guy's like, "I know therapists." No, we met in the bar earlier, didn't we? They saw me before the wedding. What's up? Sherry. I forgot your name though. Kevin. Your name's Kevin? Your last name is Smith?
And we're the only Smiths here tonight.
How did you know? What the hell is going on? Did you talk to everybody in the room before the show? Because that's fucking weird, Kevin and Sherry. You're like, "We talked to everybody in the room, but I won't speak to you when I'm directly asked during the most important night of my life." Everything is riding on this, Kevin. If you don't give me a good answer that I can play off of, my career is over. I hope you're happy. No, we're done, Kevin. I like your necklace. I was drawn to it like they were your boobs. Now I know how ladies feel, even though I know I'm a lady. Is that why you do that? Because you try to be like an equal opportunity? You're like, "Look down here." It's like a scorpion or a crab or something. Is that a scorpion? Is that to keep everybody away? Stay away. I'll sting you. When's your birthday? Give it up for Scorpion's birthday right here. Scorpio. That's exciting. You made it? Congratulations. "54 years young, am I right? What's up? 54 and still fucking, what's up?" I'm projecting. His mom just said he's lying. I mean, he didn't really lie, Mom. He just went along with what I said. He's like, "I'll take it." Oh my God, this is the best moment of your lives. You're like, how do you know he's not fucking Mom and Mom? Mom? Hey, back on you. You should not be paying attention to that. You pay attention to who he's fucking or not fucking? What, did you sleep in the bed with him or what's going on? You have a neighborhood watch? You got him on the 360 life? Oh, shit. She's like the opposite of you, Kevin. I don't know what the fuck. She's going like this, and then she goes, "I might reenact it when I get home." Like, I don't know. That was an improv gone wrong. I don't know where that went in your mind, but I fucking love it. You got balls, you got fire. You know, reenact that bestiality or that peeing on someone or just that playing with himself. We'll cut that part out. That was disgusting and weird. That was disgusting and weird. I'm a mom, and it's not easy. Because you gotta follow him. You gotta follow him. You gotta feed him every day, you know? It's just like, ugh. You have to eat again? Like, what is up with that? But it's cool. I like being a mom, I guess. You know, it's kind of tiring. It's just like, ugh. They wear you down, you know? When I first had the baby, someone was holding the baby, and I'm like, "Is that the baby?" "Oh, I don't like it." I didn't realize it was my baby for a second. And then you start to like it, and then after a while, it's like, "Okay, I love you. I would die for you. You know, are you happy?" It's like, ugh. My son just turned 13. My son, Don, turned 13. And I threw him a party at Dave & Buster's. You guys are impressed. Yeah. Because you know I gotta buy every kid the game card. You wish I was your mom, don't you? But it's cool when they're 13 because you can just, they don't want to be around you and you don't want to be around them. You know, you don't have to monitor them. You can. You can until they're 54. But you don't have to. Starting at about 13, they don't really want you around. That's very beyond codependent. That's like, we have a problem. Rosemont, we have a problem. No, you can follow him. You know, there's no rules in parenting, certainly. But I left him alone at the party, and then I had a little me time. You know, I just did a quick bump of cocaine and played that extra large Ms. Pac-Man. You know? My son comes by an hour later. He's like, "Mom, you're really good at that." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. It's called a real video game, son. You ever seen a yellow dot eat other yellow dots? Fuck Fortnite." Then it was his birthday, so I wanted to tell him the story of his birth. We drove past the hospital. I said, "Son, that's the emergency room. I was wheeled in. My water never broke. My heart rate dropped. Your heart rate dropped. Everybody was worried." He goes, "Nah." I said, "No, they thought I could die." He goes, "Nah." I was just chilling. Oh, you were just chilling in mommy's uterus. Got it, because I thought you were trying to kill me. I'm gonna use that later when he's in college. You know, how you doing with your roommates? You guys chilling? Yeah, you comfortable? Are you as comfortable as you were in mommy's uterus? Would that make you chillin' a little bit more? You want me to bring that thing over there? You can hang out, put a beanbag, a lava lamp, do your homework up in there. I'll bring it over there, son, if that's what makes you comfortable in this world. Yeah, my water never broke. He started going back up in me. He's like, hell no. He's smart. He gets it. I'm not gonna go out in this world, you know? Oh, I ended up having an emergency C-section. Open the moonroof, baby comes out. And I should have known, you know? I don't know what I was thinking. Like, of course it was gonna end up like that because my son's a genius, right? He's gonna be a genius. That's a big skull. It's a big brain to hold his big brain. And then my pelvis, the birth canal, I have a tight pussy, so that's a recipe for disaster, you know? His big skull, my tight pussy, ba-banga, ba-banga, like, ugh. What was I thinking? It's like I forgot. Just walk around everyday life like all modest, like forgetting it. I should be using that to my advantage, you know? They're like, we're boarding military, diamond elite. Tight pussy coming through. Make way. 15 items or less. I know I have 16 items, but I do have a tight pussy. Can that... Obviously, that was a joke for shock value, you know? Like, you didn't think I was gonna say it, and then I say it, because I don't believe, like, it's very patriarchal. Who's that for? I mean, I do have a tight pussy, but I'm just saying, like, it's very porny, you know? It's like, ooh, fuck me. Like, I'm not about that. I'm all, like, give it up for the loose pussies is what I'm saying. All kinds of pussies. Give it up for the Chicago adjacent pussies. Give it up for the green water on St. Patrick's Day pussies. Give it up for that deep dish pussy. What's up? You know, because that's a magical thing. If a baby can come through there. Also, you have a loose pussy. You're just, you know, you can hold things up there. Like, oh yeah, I can hold your keys. Yeah, no problem. Oh, you need a bottle of water? Got you. There you go. You like room temp, right? Body temp, okay. You need a Kleenex? Got you. It's a little bit damp already. Okay, that, you know, too much, but is it? I don't know. All women comedians talk about is there... Yeah, listen, okay? Listen to it. It's important. It gives life, okay? It gives life. So, let's see. He's 13, middle school. His first year of middle school was during the pandemic. So he had to do, you guys had the pandemic here, right? Yeah. Total lockdown. Like, he had to go to Zoom school. So he just woke up in bed, right on his laptop, and then gaming for lunch, YouTube for dinner, TikTok put him to bed. But we're close. We have heart-to-hearts. I just log on to TikTok Live, and I wait for him to log on. I love you. He's like, Mom. I'm like, come on, we both need the numbers. I love you. But what's kind of weird about a Zoom year and him starting a new school, starting middle school, I didn't know who he was talking to. He's just in there. Everything's online, right? He did not leave his room. I was like, this is the best time I've ever had being a mom. This is incredible. You know, I didn't know what to do. I would just knock on the, like, get some sunlight, stand by the window. Smashing peanut butter and jelly, putting it under the door. I don't know. Are you okay? This is great. But the bad thing about it is I didn't know his friends, and I'm trying to say that I snooped in his text chain on his cell phone. Don't judge me. I pay for that phone. But anybody have teens, preteens out there? By round of applause. You do? Did you snoop on their phone?
All the time.
You do?
All the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so those 13-year-olds are nasty AF. Am I right? I got on the... What?
The girls.
How many girls do you have?
I got a boy.
Okay.
So the girls.
Yeah, okay, so they're all nasty, all genders of 13-year-olds. I get on that text chain, the guys are like, my cock and balls, like, you pulling numbers? Excuse me? What's up, G? What's up, cuh? You chasing that bag? Nah, that was sus. No cap. No cap, though. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're talking like thugs. They're overly sexual. Like, are you guys running drugs? What's happening? This is crazy. Oh, and then one kid goes, hey, daddy. He called himself daddy, like, hey, I'm your daddy. And then another kid the next day was like, aye, poppy. Like, aye, poppy. I'm pretty sure you're all white kids that go to Catholic school. Like, there's no poppy on this text chain. What is happening? But it made me nervous, because I'm like, who are these kids? The first day of in-person school, my heart was beating. I thought, I'm gonna have to give it to little Brandon, he's gonna get a pop. When I see these thugs, criminals, we drive up in-person school. The first time I catch a glimpse of them in the flesh physically, they're all like, meh. Like all elbows and knees, just like awkward as shit. Like stuff's big that should be small. Stuff's small that should be bigger. Just like uncomfortable as shit in their bodies. Like they don't know what they're doing. I was like, whew, that is what middle school should be like. They're just accelerated with the thumbs and the language, right? They gotta like catch up to themselves. Every generation has its curse. Oh, and then I got a email from Pornhub. Excuse me? This guy, you don't know your Apple ID is my Apple ID? No, he didn't know because I got a second email from Pornhub. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I called him downstairs. I said, hey, were you and your friends trying to look at porn? No. I said, well, if you were to come across any porn, I just want you to know it's not like sex in real life. Okay, here's what my son Don says. He goes, I know, Mom. I also know that watching too much porn gives you brain damage. I said, who told you that? I saw it on TikTok. Okay. So thank you, TikTok, for parenting my child in a way I could have never imagined. Please don't let the government take our TikTok away. Oh, then I checked his TikTok. May I share with you what he changed his TikTok name to?
Please do.
He changed it to... So polite. He changed it to @BigYummyPenis. She goes, no. @BigYummyPenis. I mean, it's a good name. I'm surprised it wasn't taken yet. Because it wasn't @BigYummyPenis269, you know what I mean? It was straight up @BigYummyPenis. The first thing I thought was like, dude, how do you know? Who told you? Your sheets? What's up? Hey! You guys clapped for baby jizz? The joke's on me, though. The first time he asked me to do his bedding, I was like, oh, thought he was being responsible. I'm like, yeah, sure, I got... Oh, God. It's a little... too far. Too far. These are bodily functions, people. So, yeah, @BigYummyPenis. Obviously, I was not laughing at the time. I call him downstairs. I said, hey... I noticed you changed your TikTok name to @BigYummyPenis. Mom, my friends got my login and now TikTok locked me out and I can't get back in for 30 days. I said, I don't know if any of that's true, but I do know that your name's now @BigYummyPenis. Should we change your birth certificate? You want to start writing that in on your school papers? Which I thought was a pretty good mothering instinct. Like, let's go with it, son. Experience the shame on your own terms. Go forth into the world, BigYummyPenis. Go for it. Let's see how you do. Because then I thought, you know how sometimes people are, drugs and alcohol, they're like addicts when they're young. And then by the time they're 18, they got to go sober. By the time he's 18, he's going to be like, please, it's just regular penis. I don't know if it's big and yummy. That's for you and I to discover together. I'm just looking for a stable woman I can trust. Later, when he thought I forgot about it, I wanted him to do a chore. I was like, hey, Big Yummy, can you come down here? These dishes aren't going to dry themselves. Hey, BYP, can you take this trash out? I'm a pretty good mom. Hey, did you know that you can do a bunch of yoga and still be an asshole? My husband told me that. Random fact. And then he goes, it's not a random fact. I'm telling you to your face, you're an asshole. I said, really? Well, let's go over what happened. You asked me what kind of ice cream do I like. Very sweet of you to ask. I said, I'll take Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream, please, if you're going to the store. That's so sweet. And then you come back with Kirkland brand Neapolitan ice cream. So, who's the asshole? Why didn't you just look at me and say, I don't love you, I've never loved you? Just start there. He goes, I got a good price. I said, did you? Is it the price of our marriage? Was that the price? Why don't you just save a trip, put $1 on the bedside table, and call me a cheap whore, because that's what you're treating me like right now. So like how I'm slurring after one Michelob Ultra? Let's go. I'm almost to the end of it. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like, why? My nose is running from crying. You got me going pretty good too. Why does a man ask you what you want? That's kind of passive aggressive, right? And then you go and get distracted and get some. I'm like, no one wants your Kirkland Costco brand. Like, that defeats the purpose of getting ice cream. Why do you not see that? That's like a message to our life. No one wants your Kirkland bulk sized in the, plastic tube, chemical laden, won't even fit in the freezer. No one's gonna eat that. He goes, I will. I said, yeah, you will, because I'm gonna tie you to a chair and feed it to you. That's how our S&M thing started. That was good. That was fun. I love that. Did you ever do something? Well, I just like, fucking eat it. I've never felt closer in our marriage. I'm like, you keep going, big boy. Like, you do something freaky and it just made us closer, I was like, yeah, make your way through that chocolate and the vanilla. Let's go. You don't like strawberry? You do now. We did that every night, 10, 11, 12. On the 14th night, he's like, oh, I have a stomach ache. I was like, shut the fuck up. Because I felt so close to him, And then we ended up at the emergency room. He's got a gastrointestinal blockage. Fucking pussy. So, I am divorced. That's how that one shakes down. How that story ended. Give me what I want. No, truth be told, I tried really hard to be married. I really wanted to be married. It just we weren't a match. He didn't like to talk very much or be around me in any way. Not a big talker. And I tried to construe it, I'm like, oh, he cut the grass. That means he loves me. I just try to do things. And not a lot of communication. Well, one time in the morning, he scared me because he talked to me. And I wasn't expecting it. It was first thing in the morning, and I was like, I actually went into like a self-defense mode. And I reached for my mace. Or not my mace, that's what we had in the 80s. What is that we have now? Oh, my gun. I reached for my gun, and I was like, get the fuck out of here! Oh. And then he reached for his automatic weapon. And he was like, mine's loaded. And I'm like, so is mine. And I'm like, I like to shoot when I'm emotional. He's like, me too. We almost killed each other. And then we laughed and laughed at the gifts and privilege of life itself. We laughed about how we almost shot each other and ended it for both of us, but that we're still alive. It was a beautiful thing. Was that enough to keep our marriage going? No. No, it was not.
He said yes.
This sick man behind you who likes to wear the black diapers underneath his jeans. Are you with him? Are you sitting in front of him?
Yes.
Does he have his penis in you right now?
Can't feel it.
Damn. That's so interesting that you say that. So I'm divorced. My divorce was actually final in 2020, and reminded me. Listen to this. So I had sex for the first time since my divorce. Thank you. Thank you. And that's hard when you're with somebody, and then you're not into anybody else. And I didn't know like if stuff still worked down there. I was like, hello, like, dry well, just throwing rocks down there. Echo, echo. Like, can we get the baby out alive? I don't know. It's my favorite when one person laughs at something real fucking weird and dark. What's up? Hey, dude. Little something for everybody. The rest of the room was like, what the fuck? This guy just busted a gut. Trouble with a frigid girlfriend? I get it. I get it. Yeah, I didn't know. When you're with somebody for a long time and divorce final in 20... Also, you're not fucking up until the divorce, so you got to factor in that time too. You're not like, I hate you, like let's... So you're not having sex, and then friend of a friend, we had each other's phone numbers. I knew him in a friendly way. We just started joking around on text. Then it turned into sexting. Now, I know for a lot of people that you're like, duh, that's what you do. I wasn't a sexter. I didn't know. And also, like I said, it had been a long time, so it was a good way. Sorry, I gave you way too much eye contact on that, sir. It had been a long time. So I'm gonna avert my gaze. Try sexting though, sir. It's pretty good. So we start flirting and it's heating up and it's kind of a nice little bond, a little rapport. It was pretty hot. And I was like, ooh, mommy does still have some feelings down there, And so got things going and it was going hot and heavy for like 3 or 4 days. And then he sends me a picture, not a dick pic. This is embarrassing for him. BYP. Thanks for the callback. No, it wasn't my son sending a picture of his penis. You know what? You're a sick fuck, okay? Don't bring my son into this, okay? Not in my house. We're weird in Roma. I'm telling you, one beer. We're weird in Rosemont, but we're not that weird. I'm gonna banish you to the outlet mall. I'm gonna banish you to the House of Dubai. It's a store. So I shop there. It's a great store. Been to the House of Dubai? It's in the mall. Along with those hologram stones of somebody's photograph. Okay, come on, let's focus. This is a good story. He sends me a photo, again, not of his dick, which is what you would think he would send. Wasn't my son's dick, we've cleared that up. Guy I've been flirting with, I've been sexting with, we're back in the story. He sends me a photo of a box of condoms. Thank you for that reaction. That is appropriate. Thank you for that reaction. That's how I felt, was, what? What are you doing? We're doing great with the flirting, and then you throw this wrench in there. Like, that just shows me you have no game. That's a weird, like, I'm a fully grown adult. How am I supposed to react to a box of Magnum-sized condoms? Oh, duly noted. Oh, let's go, big boy. Like, stop, weirdo. And then I thought, it just took me out of it, It felt like he had no game. And then I thought, maybe he's autistic. And he just needs to list off the items that he got at the store. And so I was waiting for the other. I got kind of excited. I thought he's gonna be like, I also bought some toothpaste and a bag of chips and some deodorant. That would have been, I would have understood it then, you know? I would have been on board, but no such thing. So I thought, this is weird, but beggars can't be choosers. The train left the station. We gotta bring her home. You know what I mean? Mommy's got to get the job done. So a few days later, we see each other in person. We start making out. That's us making. It goes good. It's going good. He goes to put his penis in me. Not a magnum-sized penis. Went, no. Oh, you feel me on this, girl. You feel me on this. What are you doing? Like, did you think I wouldn't notice? That's the first thing that happened, buddy. That's the first thing that happened. Immediately, I was like, whoop, that's not, where were you going with this? What if we were gonna build a relationship? What if we liked each other? Were you trying to The Secret your penis size? Just say it until it comes true. That's not how it works. Oh, and then he did this thing. You know how guys will do like a... You know how they'll do a horizontal... You guys are hilarious. I thought I heard a guy go, oh, yeah. The old horizontal. They tease you for the big thrust that's coming. So they're like, wait for it. And then he goes, take it. Take it? I can't feel it. Where is it? Now, guys, disclaimer, if any guys are getting uncomfortable, regular-sized penises are great. We women, we love a regular-sized penis. Disclaimer on the disclaimer, we're keepers of the human heart, okay? That's what we do. We want to connect with you. We want to love you for who you are. That's our job. But if you do have a regular or less than sized penis, you gotta have some other skills. You do. You gotta give a melting hug, you know? Be a good conversationalist. Change a tire. Those are just the rules. If it was a board game, that would be the paper booklet, okay? Now, if you're very good looking and you have a massive cock, you can lie to us all day. Those are the rules. And I think we all understand that. This is something else. This is a grown man going, take it. Could you give me a jingle when you're in me? I'll react appropriately. Oh. I'm an actor, but I need a script. Where's my mark? Help me help you. And then I thought, maybe it's on me. You know, we're just in a post-Trump culture where we just lie about shit now. That's the norm. Like, oh, I'm a genius. What did he say? I'm 180 pounds. Like, dude. My tan is real. I eat healthy. It's like, that's just what we do as a culture now. In which case, I should have been like, yeah, fuck these double Ds. I would have had husband number 2 by now. I fucked up. That's on me. That's on me. So that was kind of a bust. I did sleep with an Elvis impersonator, though. A little change of pace. We're not sure how we feel about that. It wasn't like constipated because of drugs, sitting on the toilet, eating a peanut butter and banana lamb chop Elvis. No. It was early 60s, hot Elvis, young Elvis, hip thrusting Elvis. I was playing Vegas and I was in the morning going to the gym like 9 a.m., right? I hear this voice go, "How are your shows?" And at first, I thought, ooh, creepy. It happened so fast, though, And then I looked at him, and I immediately was like, he's hot. And then he said, "I'm Elvis." So he had seen my picture, and he was also performing. So immediately, I'm like, there's a rapport. We're show people. Like, cool. It went from weird to like, this guy's cool. He's reaching out. How are your shows? And I went, they're going good. You're Elvis. Tell me everything. I have so many questions. And by this time, the elevator doors are open. He's getting out. And he goes, "I'd love to tell you over a drink." And I went, Elvis is flirting with me. Young Elvis is flirting with me. And I had to think quick because I couldn't compute that it was actually happening. And I went, okay, meet me after my show. We'll have a drink. And then the doors closed. And I had to sit with my feelings of Elvis. And then later, after the late show, the whole night I was giddy. I was like, I'm going to have a drink with hot young Elvis later. After the show, I found out he wasn't there. I know. And then it went into, I'm getting stood up by Elvis. Then I look in my Instagram, and when you don't follow somebody, but you can see they left you a message? He said, "Hey, I couldn't get into your show. It was sold out." Hey! Oh, sorry, Elvis. Was the female comic Mary Lynn Rajskub show sold out? Because I could get into your show pretty easily. I just assumed you could get into mine because you're Elvis. My, how the tables have turned. I'm ready to get him eating ice cream, So I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me make sure you're on the list because I had another night left. So it built up the tension. We have lunch the next day. He tells me how he's attracted to Priscilla Presley. That's the mom, right? He tells me he's attracted to Priscilla Presley. And I was like, fucking that bitch is 70. I'm in. Hey! Because, he was like 35 max, and I'm this age. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if he's going to go for her, this is a no-brainer right here. Let's go. And so he had a show, and I had a show. We're meeting up later. Now, let me just say, he didn't let me wear his cape and touch his belt buckle. Things progressed from there. We made sweet, sweet love, and thank you. I know, now all of a sudden I'm getting shy. I'm like the elevator doors, you're like, wait, don't skip over the sex part. Look, that's private. Let me just say, it was magnificent. Elvis impersonator had some moves and a real voice. He knew his way around a woman's body. And I may have experienced more intimacy than the entirety of my marriage with Elvis. Thank you so much. And at one, also he was pounding drinks, which no judgment, but he was real good in the sack. And like I said, real intimate, like connecting with me. And at one point I said, wow, you've had like 8 drinks and you seem like fine. And he goes, oh, I'm a functioning alcoholic. And I said, what can't you do? And then I never saw him again. You guys, I'm working on it. My dating life is a bit of a disaster. But I will say that, silver lining, we know men are trash. Elvis was good. Men lie, they cheat. We know it's coming. Silver lining, I've never been harassed, which is wonderful, right? That's a great thing. I've never been harassed. Thank you. There are times when I think, like, why not? If I'm being honest, and I think we've been through a lot tonight, I can be candid. There are times when I think, what am I doing wrong? I know I'm not supposed to say that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, why hasn't a guy had the irresistible urge? Like, it's a full A cup, grab it, Maybe that's why. They're like, we can't find it. Hashtag why not me too. I want to be violated sexually. Hold on, hear me out. I want to be violated sexually, but with love and respect. Is that too much to ask? You guys get me on that. I want to be violated sexually, but with love and respect. So the guy's pushing me up against the wall. And then he's like, I'm gonna fuck you, but also I'm gonna put $20K in your retirement account. You are? Yes, I'm being proactive. I already got your accountant's number. It's David Eisenberg. Shut up. Okay. Roll over. Okay. No, it rolls over into an IRA in 5 years. There were red flags. Anybody divorced in the audience? Marriage is dumb, right? Is this your new man? He thought he got through the whole show without being talked to. Kevin, he's giving more expression than you gave the entire time. You were sweet in real life. You just weren't good being put on the spot. He's shy. Well, how many dates is this?
Well, it's 1 year.
Oh, shit. Is this going to be husband number 2?
Maybe. He has to pee so bad, but his ass is so nice. He knows you're going to pick up on it. And I'm trying to tell him to just go do it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Again, you just jumped a bunch of steps. You're like grandma over here following her. All of a sudden, this went from we're together a year, now I'm gonna look at his ass. I just might, bitch. He's built. He's like Bodies by Mark from Instagram. She got excited. That's why she jumped in that logic, because she's so proud of your sweet, sweet ass. And like, quick question, you know his penis size by now, right? All right. You guys are disgusting and way too into each other. And you have 1 divorce under your belt.
1.
Are you divorced too? Yeah. That's really sweet. Give it up for this second chances couple. You know, do you know there was a study that said this isn't you guys, but like I read this study that said, a study says if you get together with your first love later in life, that you'll stay together forever. Because of that purity and the first love of it, the pureness of it. So when mine gets out of jail, I'm gonna be like, does he still know how to titty fuck me? After I watch him play bass for 3 hours. All right, here's the additional red flags. What did you have any red flags when you got divorced? Like that you?
Many people that I dated before.
Okay, I can't. No, like your marriage when you knew it but you ignored it type of thing. We all have that. Dating or not, you have things that you overlook, right? Okay, so the thing in my marriage was when my husband wanted to get an exotic cat. Have you guys heard of a Savannah cat? No? Oh, Rosemont. I thought you were weirder than that. How many people are dog people in the audience? How many people like cats? Fuck cats. You're fewer, but you're louder, the cat people. Okay, then you'll like this. Have you heard of the Savannah cat? It's part African, part wild. They're not legal in all states. I'm like, dude, that's 2 steps away from having an alligator in your bathtub. What are we doing here, right? First of all. But he wants this cat so bad. You have to get it from a breeder. You have to pre-order it. They cost a few $1,000s, like $6,000. I was like, dude, you know cats are free, right? You can just go get one right now. What are we doing? They're everywhere on the street. Just go pick one up. He doesn't care. He has to have the exotic cat. He buys like one of those cat wheels. He buys a meat grinder, like fresh ground meat for my boy. Are you kidding me? He pre-names the cat Dikembe Mutombo after the NBA player. All this build-up for this cat, right? All this build-up. The cat is born. He brings him home, and I think, well, I better make friends with him because, he lives here now. He's a kitten. He's a beautiful... Hi, Dikembe. I love you. He's adorable. He's a precious kitten. Until he stands up and turns to the side. You know where I'm going with this? Where do you think I'm going? What?
Did he mark you?
Did he mark me? Oh, I bet he marked. I wish he had marked me. Any other guesses? He's tall. They get tall, but he's a kitten. He what?
He clawed you?
No. Listen to this. He didn't claw me. This is worse than all of those put together. He turns to the side. He's a tiny baby. His butthole is outside of his body. You guys went right there with me. Not getting a lot of reaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? The technical term is distended anus. It's like a pink little donut, moist with a winking eye in the center. She's there now. She's there. She's on board. She's on board with that. Yeah, that was my reaction. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like this designer fucking cat, right? He goes, hold on. Goes into the other room to research. He goes, comes out 20 minutes later. Okay, turns out it's a thing that happens in cats sometimes. Says it most likely will go back in. That doesn't help. That's not a solution. Like, oh, let's hope. He says, also, it says you might have an urge to push it in with your finger and not to do that. He said, I don't want to do that at all. Not even a little bit do I have that urge. Then he's on the phone with my brother-in-law at the time, bragging about the cat. He's like, yeah, my boy's half African, half wild. I'm in the background like, did you tell him about the butthole? Right. Doesn't care. It's like he makes him love the cat more attention on little Dikembe, right? So I start trying to get his attention. I'm like, look, I can jump high too. I can follow the laser light. My butthole comes out as well. Now will you love me? That's it for me. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I need you to clap like that, but I also feel like I left you hanging. The cat butthole did go back in. All right.